I earned a total of, reflect realistically how much you would earn in your whole first month, because you could get monetized in the last day. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a video on how much I earned in my first month of being monetized on YouTube, and I've already made a video on how to get monetized on YouTube, so I'll link that up here, as well as how much I made in my first week being monetized on YouTube. So if you're new to this channel, I'm a mom of two, my name is Jamie. I do a lot of videos on budgeting and personal finance. If that's something that you're interested in, do make sure you subscribe, like this video if you want to see future sort of income reports, both from my Etsy business, from YouTube, and just how I manage my finances in general. As a little disclaimer, I haven't officially received my first paycheck yet. How YouTube payments work is that you get paid calendar monthly. So anything you earn within a calendar month is the money that you will get. For example, I got monetized on the 4th of May, so any earnings I earned between the 4th and the 31st of May is going to be my May earnings. And that will come into my bank account in June. I did explain this in the how to get monetized on YouTube. What happens behind the scene is on the 1st of the following month, so for example the 1st of June, if I go into my Google Adsense and expect to see how much money I made in May, it won't be there. All that I will have to do is wait another week or so, and usually between the 9th and the 15th the earnings will finalize on YouTube's end and get sent to Google Adsense, and then Google Adsense will pay you around the 21st of each month. It is now the 9th of June today. First stage of this has happened. So yesterday on the 8th of June I could see my earnings in my AdSense account for May. So that got transferred. However, it did not reach the payment threshold. The payment threshold is $100 to get money into your bank account from Google Adsense. I did have over £16 in my Google Adsense account already from earnings I earned from my website years ago that had not met the threshold either, but combined they do. So I will get that money hopefully within the next 10 days to 2 weeks. I'm in the UK, so my payment threshold is £60, so it's actually lower than $100, but I did get pretty close. So I want to show you exactly how much I earned in the first month on YouTube. Without further ado, let's just jump into my channel dashboard and we'll take a look. So this is my channel dashboard, so you can currently see how many subscribers I had compared to my previous video and what I'm sort of currently gaining here. So I've received less views in the past 28 days, which is 8.8. It does say that they're up compared to my average, but this average is for like the previous years, because I've had my channel for about 3.5 years now. Let's just jump into my analytics. If you're new here and if you've watched a few of these videos, you might find that that's a very long timeline to get monetized, but it's a very realistic one in my opinion. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Once you're here, your first month is your first month, so let's dive into it. First thing I'm going to do is change the date range. I'm going to go to custom here, and I did tell you the first day I got monetized in May was the 4th, which is the 4th UK time, but I do have earnings from the 3rd, so I'll apply that first of all. And if we look here and jump to the revenue, my earnings was 14 pence on the 3rd of May, and that is because I got monetized at 6:30 a.m. in the UK, which was about 10:30, 11:30 p.m. the day before, so on the 3rd, over in Pacific Standard Time, where YouTube is based. I did get some money for the last 2 hours of the 3rd there, even though I were well into the 4th here. But that is what's reflecting here. But this was my first full day of being monetized, and I earned £5.17, which you would have seen in my last video. So I'm going to go from the 4th, because that 14 pence is 14 pence. So if you watch these videos, you might have heard about Cpm and Rpm. They also reflect how much you earn per views, including views that aren't necessarily monetized. And because I wasn't monetized until the last 2 hours of the 3rd, and I actually had a quite high view day there. Like you can see, it's my second highest in terms of views in over the past month, so that's a lot of views that weren't even monetized, so I'm not going to count that, and I'm going to change this to the 4th about an hour and a half, 2 hours missing. Far more accurate than including like 22 hours. Let's scroll down the third and press apply. That will give me a full month of earnings. So if you get monetized on the middle of the month, this should reflect realistically how much you would earn in your whole first month, because you could get monetized in the last day. If I now jump into the first full month, you can see that I got 10.2 thousand views in this time. I also got 966 watch hours, which is a lot. This is in a month. If I had this in the beginning of my channel, I would have got monetized in 45 months, which is crazy, not like 3.5 years. I got 134 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who's new. Then we'll jump into the revenue tab. For as well, June 3rd, you can see here that my views have overall been quite consistent. They obviously do tend to peak on upload days and then fade down fairly quickly. Whenever they have peaked the day after is when I've uploaded quite late at like 10 p.m. They have increased, but they peaked sort of the day after. I'll go CPM first. So I think the CPM has increased. I think it was 9 or 10 pounds maybe in my last video for my first week. That is a very gradual increase, and in the past week it's actually increased slightly more, but my average CPM is £11.24, which I personally think is amazing. And your CPM, which is your playback based CPM, is how much an advertiser pays per 1,000 views, and this will vary per video. This is how much they would pay on all my videos on average at the moment. How much you earn though will obviously be based on how many views that you get during that CPM, and the CPM will fluctuate literally hour to hour, day to day, video to video, so that's going to go up and down, and that's why you can see the graph here going up and down. But the lowest my CPM hit was here the day before my birthday. It went down to £7.08, and then the highest it was, I think, was here, yes, so 27th of May, so 10 days later it hit £14.68 on that day, which was crazy. And then it dipped right back down to 8.65. Playback based CPM means effective playback based cost per mil. Tells you how much advertisers paid per 1,000 monetized playbacks. So this is how much they actually paid the channel per 1,000 monetized playbacks. It's not per 1,000 views, it's per 1,000 people that actually saw the advertisers' advertisements. RPM, that means revenue per mil, and that is how much you earned per 1,000 views, not per 1,000 adverts showed. The RPM is how much you get. CPM is per ads shown. Advertisers only want to pay for the ads shown, not how many views a video gets overall. I hope that makes sense. So that was my averages for this time period. So I'm going to scroll down here and I want to show you my top earning videos during this time frame. The first one is my May budget with me, and that's the one that actually caused that increase. And I think in the first day it earned about £4, and it hasn't earned much more since. Followed by a cash stuffing, which is one of my recent cash stuffing that's earned almost just as much, even though I think, yeah, that video ended up going live 20 days later and it's earned me like £1 less in that time period. Next one is another cash stuffing, which earned me £5.62. Again, it's to do with money, so that could be why it's earned more. 69.9% of the ad types, which are the type of ads shown, were skippable ads. So the one that says skippable in 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever, followed by bumper ads and then non-skippable ads. So if you are kind of in your monetized playback section and you're wondering what type of ads to put on there, definitely by my recommendations, make sure you have skippable video ads. Don't untick that, because that's a huge part, actually is almost 70% of my total revenue. If we then press see more down here, we could press advanced mode as well. So this blue line here is the May budget with me, which is the one that earned the most, and you can see that it earned the most on that first day of it being monetized. I think it was uploaded the day before, and then it just started fading off, but with how much it earned, it ended up being my top earning video for the whole month. Like no other video beat it. My budget with me videos do get the most views. Estimated monetized playbacks of this video was 1,177. My next highest one was my third highest paid one of 851 estimated monetized playbacks. These next two have pretty much the same amount of views, within 7 views of each other. The bottom one though had 7 views less. The CPM, which is how much an advertiser would pay for that video per 1,000 views, was £11.79 compared to £14. The one that got 7 views more actually had 49 estimated monetized playbacks more. You had like 49 more ads shown, but only 7 more views. And my RPM for the top one was 936, which is how much I earned per 1,000 views compared to 817. So even though I only got 680 odd views, I earned £6.36. And even though that doesn't seem like it's just over half of the RPM, it's because the monetized playbacks is 800. This is where it gets really interested with your ad placement. So I do tend to place 1 or 2 ads in the beginning of the video in case people don't watch as long of the video. When you do your ad placement, you can place them individually for each video, or they can get kind of placed at random by YouTube. When I do go in to do my ad placement, which is what I do on every single one of them as I'm uploading, I do tend to place 1 or 2 within the first like 5 minutes. Otherwise, YouTube have already pre-placed some and they end up being like at the end of the video that I feel barely anybody would ever reach. I wish they did, but realistically people do not watch my whole videos from start to finish, and I don't think a lot of people watch every single video from start to finish that they watch. Even though I got 680 odd views, I actually ended up getting over 800 to 850 monetized playbacks. How can they be more than how many views you get? That's because I have more ads in my videos. For example, here I ended up having like 200 odd extra ads shown. It is worth having more ads in your video. Obviously you don't want to like spam people, but if your video is over 8 minutes, you can have what's called a mid-roll ad. It used to be that your videos had to be 10 minutes, attention span anyone. So if your video is over 8 minutes, do go in and manually place an ad in the middle of the video. It doesn't have to be bang on in the middle. Like I said, if you can look at your watch time and you can see that people are kind of turning off after maybe 40% of the video, put it before they've watched that 40% on average, and then you'll have more estimated monetized playbacks compared to your total views. Oh wow, that had a really high CPM. What's that? Okay, my YouTube monetization, how long it takes to get monetized. So that video has got one of the highest, if not, let's see, 1625, 1673, yeah, the highest playback based CPM. So you'd think that video earned me a lot of money. But it's actually really far down on the list, and that is because it barely had any views compared to like my other videos. It had 373 views compared to like my best one, which had over 1,100. Can anyone help me with maths? Like that's not even like 30% of my best earning video, but it did make me, to be fair, just under half of the money because of this high CPM. And that's really nice because it didn't do very well in general. Like I love making these analytics reports, but I know they're not for everybody. That's interesting. What was my lowest one? So this had a CPM of £8.94. That's really interesting. Okay, so this how to budget for beginner, budgeting tips and cash envelopes, etc. I've earned £1. I've had like 200 views. I did upload it a few months ago now. The CPM is really quite low compared to my other videos. I'm surprised about that. It is about money. It could be like because it's about saving money, but a lot of my videos are. But this specific video, how to budget for beginners, if you've seen this, I go very cheesy in this one. I put so much effort. It's the video I put the most effort into all year, and it actually has some of my lower CPM in terms of like my more recent videos. The two after that, they are really old videos and they're just getting views, I'd say, because of the thumbnails. They barely have any watch time at all. People turn off after like 30 seconds. That's just how it is. It's part of the YouTube journey. You learn what kind of videos to make, how you want to make them. Compared to all my more recent videos about the same topics, it does have the lowest CPM, but I still am really proud of that video. It is a bit cheesy, but I was trying something new. It is what it is. Advertisers didn't want to pay for it though. However, they seem to have want to pay for this one. That's very interesting. So if you are thinking about what to make, how to title things, etc., definitely do a deep dive into your own analytics. See what's working and see what doesn't. Of course, it's not all about money. It's also about how you're presenting things. Even though I'm earning more here, clearly YouTube did not want people to see it and people aren't that interested. So it got about 300 odd views. And I suspect this one will too. I'm still going to make these videos because I do enjoy them. Let's just see how much I earned from my first full day of being monetized on the 4th of May until the 3rd of June. I earned a total of, drumroll please, £63.50. Did say that my payment threshold for Google Adsense to get paid in my first month on YouTube was £60. So if I had my whole full month, I probably would have just made it. You get paid calendar monthly. The money I earned up until 31st of May are the only money that counts. 1st of June, while 3rd of June will go into June's total money basically, and that will hit my account probably in, or at least my Google AdSense account, if not my bank account, in the end of July. I think that's amazing. I expected, to be honest, to earn about £1 a day. I always heard that the average YouTube earnings were $1 to $2 a thousand views, and I do not get 1,000 views per day. I did think my CPM would be slightly higher, so I were expecting to get about £30, so this is double, which is incredible. Quickly jump to May. So you can see here that for the whole month of May, which is 1st of May, while the 31st, I weren't monetized in the first few days, so I didn't earn anything, like you can see, until the 3rd when I earned at 14 pence. And then I had my highest day all month. But for the month of May, I had an estimated revenue of £55.69. So for this payment, this should be about the same amount that came into my Google AdSense account. Shall we check if that's exactly the same? Let's jump into my Google AdSense account. So like I said, I do have a previous payment of £16 something in my account that's been there for years, that hadn't reached payment threshold. And now I have a total with this first YouTube earnings, £72.53, which meets the payment threshold of £60. So I will be able to get all that together, even though my YouTube earnings were short by about £4 something. £55.80. That's interesting. So it says here YouTube earnings is £55.80, and here it says £55.69. So it's another 11 pence on the earnings, and that could be due to conversion rate. It says your estimated revenue, so it'll probably be pretty accurate. There's a time difference, like conversion rates, because YouTube and Google, especially Google AdSense, etc., is based in the US, which you will know when you sign up for Google AdSense, and you have to fill in your kind of US treaty if you're international and your tax information. So what you get paid will obviously have a lot to do with current conversion rates too. So yeah, I didn't get £55.69 in the first month. It's £55.80. Okay, well, isn't that interesting? I cannot wait to see what's happening. A little sneak peek here. In June ongoing, it's the 9th, I've earned £16.56, so we're on track for a very similar month, I think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. If you have any questions, pop them below. If there's anything else you want included, let me know, and I'll speak to you soon. Have an amazing, blessed month of June, and I'll see you soon. Bye.